Hey guys, and welcome back to another one, and today to take a closer look at the cheapest Android TV box that I've ever used. And we are back. So as I was saying, this is the cheapest Android TV box that I've ever used, and we have used plenty Android TV boxes. And today I'm going to share with you, as usual, the limitations that we will find in this particular box. Now, let me mention before we begin that this brand, AlphaWise, we have seen some really nice gadgets, including in tablet, the AlphaWise Tab, a mini PC, a vacuum cleaner, alarm system, and so on and so forth, that I was really happy with the performance, design, build quality, and so on and so forth. Of course, they were a lot more expensive than this unit right over here. This one, I believe that they tried to squeeze as much as possible in terms of lowering the price using very low budget components, but at the end of the day, we get a very limited device. And looking at the device itself, in terms of construction, it's really cheap. But it has one thing that I really enjoy, which is the looks of it. Although it's cheap, the plastic and so on and so forth, it looks nice. It's something that we can look at it, we just can't touch it because we will know that it's very cheap. Now, in terms of specifications, really quickly, I'll show you guys on screen for a few seconds, and also in terms of benchmarks, we will take that right out of the way, so just for a few seconds there. And we can see that there's nothing special about it. There are some low values like the disk speed and Wi-Fi, so this is something that we have to expect, that will be a slower box in terms of multitasking and in terms of opening and closing apps, and it will also be slow in terms of Wi-Fi. And as far as Wi-Fi goes, I would say that if you are looking for something to stream over Wi-Fi, forget about this one because it's really low, as you can see, and I've got a pretty strong network right over here. Moving to the real world performance, the first test that I did was to connect to a 4K display, and I was not getting any image. I did try two, and I did try a 4K TV on my living room, and it did not work. Now, usually devices like this will connect to a 4K display, but once we use the 4K resolution, they will get very slow. In this particular case, it did not accept. Now, this doesn't mean that it will not accept all the TVs in the world, but at least the three that I've got right over here will not work. Other issue is that we will find, as usual on Rockchip machines, a lot of compatibility issues in terms of apps, and I will show you a few examples on the Google Play Store of apps that we can install on many other Android TV boxes, and we can't install on this one. Now, this is not new because on the last video, I can't recall, we tested three devices with the Rockchip sock, and the problem was there as well, and those machines costed the double of this one. So the excuse is not on this machine, but the firmware built on Rockchip machines in general that will cause this conflict. So yeah, if you are looking for an Android TV box that has the maximum compatibility probability, if I can say so, in terms of installing apps from the Google Play Store, I would go for AM Logic, as you guys know, instead of Rockchip, but this is just my opinion. Now, moving to some tests that I did, I started with my ISP IPTV service, and right over there I have no complaints at all. Of course, this is a streaming service with low bandwidth, so no issues here. Then I moved to Netflix, and as expected, we got SD quality of 480p, which is something that for Netflix addicts this will not suffice. And then on YouTube, I was actually surprised. I was able to play 1080 videos without any issues at all. The video was very smooth. So if anyone is looking for a machine just for YouTube, at 1080, this machine will work just fine. When I moved to Kodi, I was, after the YouTube experience, a little bit with my high expectations, but Kodi let us, well, not Kodi, but the machine let us down on Kodi. At 1080, we will get a lot of freezes, frame dropping, the image experience is not good. The audio, I saw no issues at all, but in terms of the image, yes, it could not reproduce my 1080 MKV Blu-ray movies that I've got on my network, and it's not a network issue because I was using the Ethernet connection, so is the firmware that it's not well implemented for high demanding movies on Kodi. Now I did try a 720p movie over the network with the same conditions, and it was a lot better. Now I still had one frame dropping here and there, but nothing compared to 1080. So if you're looking to reproduce high demanding movies on this machine, through Kodi of course, unfortunately you will not get it. You will get it 720 or lower, and that's about it. When we move to the gaming experience, no surprises here as well. I was able to play simple games like Despicable Me with a good experience, because there's not much to this kind of game. But once we install other games like Asphalt Extreme, which we could actually install against all probabilities like we did on the last rock ship machines that we did, but once we start to play, as you can see, we will get a low frame rate, so the cars are dragging and we can't just play it. So the experience is not good, and this is the kind of experience that we can expect from this machine. We will be able to play simple games, but more demanding games, then just forget about it, because it's not that. So guys, these are the limitations in this particular box, and as I was saying in the beginning, there will be a few that don't mind because they have SD quality content to play over Kodi, or they just want a machine for YouTube or something like that, and this will do the job for 25 euros or so, something like that, the cheapest Android TV box that I've used. And beside these limitations, one thing that I would like to leave here clear is that on the UI we will feel this box slower than the usual Android TV boxes that we see here on the channel, and also to open and close an app it will take some time. So someone that is getting this machine will have to have the patience to wait a little bit longer to open and close an app, and of course multitasking is not the strongest point of this machine as well. And that is it guys, so hopefully this video was helpful, at least to see and have an idea of what kind of performance we can get with these Android TV boxes, and also to take something out of our head, because Android TV boxes are not all the same, and that's exactly why they are priced differently. And in this particular case, there is a huge difference between this machine that costs 25 euros or let's say a Minix U9H, which costs at this moment 120 euros or so, something like that, and there is actually a huge difference. And that is it. Don't forget that usual thumbs up. My name is Roberto Jorge, and as always, I'll see you guys on the next one.